Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. Welcome back. It's Gintu. Back again to this kind of regime of the evening session a bit. Today a bit crazy and I'm feeling unwell. Oh my God. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Just sit there a bit. I have to inform much of the people what's happening. So you want me to tackle your matters or I tackle my matters? Stay there a bit. Exactly. So guys, beautiful people wherever you are and the beautiful internet, welcome back. And we are here to make sure that everything is so fantastic as you're going to be watching this kind of the video. This kind of the start as you're going to be making sure everything is so fantastic. You can now see from my back here there a bit, it's going to be shining, shining, shining. The G castle is moving. And now we are at this kind of the start. I'll talk about this kind of the face of the house to make sure we're going to be getting to the far point and also getting everything in touch. This is the first coat, imagine. And we have just used 45 bags of the skimming coat, and still we have not yet even get it talk about the second coat. Maybe some of the parts going to be getting the third coat, and that's going to be coming to that one because the G Castle is our project and we have to finish it. And I respect much of the people talking about Gintu, let's make it happen. Let's make sure that the G Castle is moving, and that's the biggest respect I'm going to be giving out and talking about. Oh, we're going to be making it happen. So guys, today a bit crazy, and my condition is not conditioning a bit, and I feel cardiologically not well. But I understand it's a matter of east, west, and south here and there. Today I don't have any kind of the update coming from any kind of the construction apart from my home a bit. And that's what I can just speak at this kind of the time and speak my mind. So much of the people are waiting to understand, oh, Gintu, how was everything in the court a bit? Today we went to the court and it was mentioned, and we have much of the terms and conditions to apply and make sure that everything gonna be coming out. So don't worry about that one. Still the case is pregnant. We are just expecting, and it's gonna be coming to the lactation time whenever we're gonna be milking. So at that kind of the moment I can talk about keep it tuned, keep it locked. It's gonna be coming to you one-on-one at that kind of the point whenever it reaches a bit longer, squeezed a bit longer, and we're going to be sorting much of the matters east, west, and south. We understand. And a bit I can just talk about, oh, it has seemed for me a lot of money. A lot of money. A lot of money. But that's nature. That's nature. That's nature. And also you have to give the nature. You have to give the surrounding. That's how the life is. And I understand from the way of... always they talk about if you are an investor, you are a risk taker. That's normal. That's normal. And also that's why we have this kind of the stations talk about organizations. Also we have this kind of the places of the government that you can just go and be tuned, and you can hang your boots there a bit and talk about everything is nature, so we have to accommodate how the nature is nurturing us. And that's why you can just talk about why is somebody getting to the toilet and turns back and look at the door. You can now understand what it means. From this kind of the position I can just talk about we are going good, we are going on good. Oh, even the powder is inside here, and the man was telling me that the powder is not available. This man is not serious. Let me take it back to the house here. You know, sometimes this kind of the people, if you are not so punctual, they talk about, oh, Gintu, you know what, oh, you have finished, oh, and still we have a little bit of the powder inside here. And you understand, we pay in terms of the packet. And already, if this is Kenya, you have to understand, this is Kenya, and that's how the life is, and that's how the life goes. And we appreciate the nature. And guys, that's the best way for me to come out organizedly and talk about everything goes on very welcoming and goes on very fantastic, and appreciate much of the people handling, doing, coming out and talking about cherishing with the Gintu and talking about the Gintu. Let's make it forward, let's move, let's go this, let's make this. That's the best way for us to go, and also the best way for us to make it happen. And that's why you see even the G Castle is moving whitish, 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 whitish. And much of the people want to talk about Gintu, that's the mood, that's the mood, that's the mood. And the mood is mooding. And we are still on it. Talk about the tiles are still remaining here, as we are just making sure that now we are covering all the spots in terms of skimming. And after skimming the house, it will now look characteristic. This is the corner. This is the main corner for the whole angles, and you can now, whenever you step at this kind of the angle, you can now see the whole G castle, how it is and how it belongs. This is how the G castle looks like from this kind of the far corner. And I can say that God has given us the health, and God has given us this kind of the time, and we have to shine as long as we have some of the meanders of the day, as far as we have some of the entanglements of the day, as far as we have some of the repercussions of the day, obstacles of the day, accusations of the day, limitations of the day, much more things that will just make you to have a negative impact at your own background. I understand I have used a lot of money. I talk about the lawyering, talk about whatever, a lot of money in terms of getting this kind of the things to move. But we thank the living God. He's teaching us on more and more and more. It's not only Gintu. We are on it. And I said it, that somebody don't discriminate Gintu. Don't talk about, oh, Gintu, this is how it's going to be. Yeah, this is how it is, in a way that we are learning. Everybody, this is your first time in this world. And it's not my second time. It's not your second time. So everybody is learning. We are in a learning class. We are bureating. We are in something called practicals of chemistry. We are bureating, titulating. We are understanding that how is this going to be happening at this kind of the fracture of the moment, fracture of the second, fracture of this kind of the, oh, that is how we're going to be making it happen. And understand, much of the people are talking about, oh, Gintu, how did it happen, this and that and this. Still, it's pregnant, and we're going to be coming out vamusively, talking about how it has gone and how it will be. And I thank all the people ever supporting Gintu, talk about Gintu, let's make it happen, and also let's get forward. Despite the circumstances, we have one of the best platform called the YouTube platform. And also we have connected ourselves internally, and we have a family also. I have families in the YouTube also, and I understand how great they are, how great supportive they are, how we're gonna be making it happen. And that's what is making other people to feel like, why is Gintu in this kind of the manner? I understand myself, and I pick myself the way I am, and I understand what I can just peep at this kind of the moment. And I can use brain upon whatever has to be used, the brain. And also at the end of the time, I understand there is a breadwinner at the end of every circus, every tournament. Every game has a winner. And if there's no winner, there is a goal, which is only occurring at the soccer. So we don't know this kind of the case. Is a soccer? Is it volleyball? Is it whatever? So we have it to go, and that's why I can come out and say that only things that are going to be getting forward, they have to understand it. I could have already finished the G Castle. I'm telling you that as fact. But support Gintu. I will not talk about Gintu. I will just talk about, this has happened this way, or I find myself talking about, I don't see this kind of the world going to be enough, or I'm going to not see this kind of the world going to be this way. It's about of an emotional way of handling much of the matters. If it could be another person, maybe this kind of the people, guys, I'm telling that as a fact. And whoever want to take it to the bank can take it to the bank, in a way that if it could be another person who was subjected to whatever Gintu has been subjected into at this kind of the moment, because of helping the environment, because of helping the people to improve themselves. In case, in some of the situations that you can see this, we are not having a justice upon it. And how we're going to be making it to make sure that other people also are not discriminated, are not squeezed down in a matter that they have to come out also and do something very fantastic, which is making us to feel like we are disgraced, we we are done whatever, but that is the life. I understand, and I will never stop it. And maybe some of the people think about, oh, we're gonna be having some cars, very luxury this. One day Gintu also will have a car. There's no problem about that. One day I know, one time Gintu will have a car, and I promise it. And I know, and that's why I said even one day I'll just make sure that my home is changing. And also there's a time a breadwinner is there. Talk about even each kind of the home. There's a person who will ever stand and change your home. And that's what is making other people to feel very bad about me. And also they feel like, why is this person given? Because we never intended or we never knew that Gintu will ever come to be the what he is. Gintu, we never knew the ABCD, including the whole village. I understand. There are people who see Gintu and they feel like they can even it's like you can insert your fingers onto the neck, up to the, talk about up the gullet. How do you feel? You feel like you can spit out much of the whole stomach. They feel like whenever they see Gintu passing, they feel very bad. It's only like some two conditions of the government. You cannot do bad about Gintu at this kind of the time. But when it comes to talk about the hiding, and talk about the visuals, talk about illusions, talk about myths, and much more, talk about the black magics are there. They feel like this kind of the person could be not. I understand in the whole village, in my form class 8, I can remember from this whole the village, we were 15 people who finished class 8. And from the whole people we finished at that class 8, we went to form 1, and we finished our form 4. We were 16, the people who migrated to the area, and they had one of the students. Now we became 16 from this kind of the village. 16 people. Talk about ladies and gentlemen. And much of them, people are coming and talking about, what are you making? What are you coming up with to make it happen? And I always talk about God is always there. I can understand. It's not my first time, guys. I'm telling you this. When I was struggling to make sure that even we can cut much of the grass to the animals, even nobody allowed me to graze outside. You understand, there's a time it reaches much of the people say that, oh, you are a bit different because of my terms and conditions since I was a child. And that's how I was behaving, including, I can tell you that if you have used a cup and again you want to put something on that cup, I cannot use it. When I was still a kid. And that is the rule. They ever knew it. In a way that maybe sometimes it's not me. Maybe it's my ancestral name. Because my name, I was named after my grandmother. So I was given a name of a lady. So, so you can come to the terms and conditions. I have terms and conditions also that much of the people, they don't like, and I post them in a way that I understand the struggles. I understand the dignity we have ever been growing up with. I understand where my background is coming from. And at that kind of an eclipse, I can say that there are some of the things that much of the people hated me since my childhood, since the way I was growing, in a way that they could talk about, oh, this kind of the boys, this way. I was very shaggy. I tell you the fact, I was very shaggy, and my skin was very rough. And every time I was looking like something else. And you see me, you think about I'm applying not jelly. I apply, talk about the skin, not skin jellies, not skin, I can call this kind of the other Niveas and whatever. So we have the jellies, we have some of the other ones. So you think about I'm using ashes to apply myself. So I was looking like dirty, like somehow. And sometimes I could be given one full shirt, which is a bigger shirt, and I don't have some in. You understand, from down in nothing. So you can come to the conclusion in a way that I was told that even to some of the homes, I could not even go. Why is it that way? It's because of how I was. I was not like others from the beginning. Like, you get me in groups, you get me in whatever. That one could not be there. And also my father was very, very, very serious. And you cannot come past 6 and get inside home. So you can come to the conclusion why I could not go to play and much more. And I liked staying at home. And I know one day I knew that I have a vision to come. And that kind of the vision, we're going to be making it happen, because everybody's looking forward, talking about, oh, Gintu, we're going to be making this, we're going to be doing this. But it's a way of understanding yourself. It's a way of improving yourself and talking about what are you going to be doing at this kind of an enclave. But it has come to a good moment whereby everybody's talking about, oh, how is Gintu coming up once? And that's why you see even the whole, the villagers are talking about Freemasons and much more. They never expected it. And when you impose to have something which going to be bringing a different change in each and every kind of the position you're going to be moving to, much of the people will come out and say that, no, it is not that way. It can never be this way. This person has to tell us where the money is coming from. When I was talking about the whole boys we have ever finished and the ladies in this kind of the village, the only person who is having such kind of a bigger structure and also improving to make sure that their life continues. So when I meet this kind of the people who are disgracing Gintu and talking about Gintu should not approach their homes, and I pass with their motorbike, sometimes I pass with a Probox car, they feel very bad in a way that why not their sons? Why not? God has a purpose. Never talk about how this is happening this way, how the other one is happening the other way. It's how we're going to be relating ourselves and understanding the standards of the how you ever grew up. Because I understand my background. There are much of the people understand their background also. And that's the way I can just speak my mind and say, let us not discriminate others because of, oh, you know, God has given you this kind of the opportunity. You're going to be having money. Not that it's not everybody will never be having money. There are people who have tried, like, how many people did I get in the YouTube platform? How many people did I meet at the YouTube entrance door of talking about you're going to be in the YouTube, we're going to be doing this, begin to subscribe, begin to do this, watch my videos, do that. There's so many people. We sat down with them starting the YouTube platform, but it never give up. We never give up. There are much of the people have given up. And I can just name them up to date. And there are people, since we started YouTube, they're still on the struggle even to monetize. Even if it's not monetizing, they're looking for the content which will pay them. And there's a time that also it comes to the crossest mind, as we're going to be talking about not everything is meant to everybody. There are much of the things that we might subject ourselves, and we're wasting much of the time at that stuff. And that's why I talk about if my possession, my dignity, my loyalty and my kindness and whatever I'm going to be coming up with is to make sure that the YouTube platform will be the best way for me to help the vulnerable, will be the best opportunity for Gintu to reach to this kind of the less fortune and make a change to their life. And there's no one who can ever spot it. There are much of the people who have ever disgraced, talking about, oh, Gintu has done this, Gintu is doing this, Gintu has done this, Gintu having this, Gintu having the other. So it was Gintu A, Gintu B, Gintu C, each and every kind of the time. But who is God? He doesn't God doesn't wear short. And some people talk about, oh, Gintu, we are giving you a matter of time. Who told you Gintu doesn't play? Who told you Gintu doesn't pray? Who told you? And if you are praying, who told you Gintu doesn't pray? And the God you are praying to talk about Gintu should be lowered. The same Gintu, I'm praying to the same God to say that Gintu, please, God, help me to be in that kind of the ridge. And I always help much of the people, even if it's on my own money. And I can even stop the construction to help somebody. And that is what I can just say. Even I can talk about today, I'm going to not pay much of the top masons. Maybe I'll pay them tomorrow. I have to do this. I have to do this. Maybe it has happened to be so emergency. I have to make it happen. And that is who Gintu is. And when you want to compare yourself, understand from each the time we call about let's go, let's make it happen. happen. That's what I ever entrust, and I know we're gonna be making it happen. So guys, this kind of the matters of the case, let it a bit, it's just still pregnant, I've said, and we are on it, and we're gonna be subjecting ourselves. We're gonna be updating you what's gonna be coming out each kind of the time, as we are just summarizing much of the works here that we are entitled to do, and also making things to have a change. I respect much of the people supporting and talking about Gintu. We're gonna be making it happen. Also, I'm rushing to the hospital a bit. I've seen much of the phone calls from the hospital about this kind of the ladies and the gentlemen in the hospital, which is the Jiggas family a bit, and also sort their own problems there. And guys, support them also, so they can just pay much of the bills of the hospital. And also, if you're gonna be touched, you can just continue the talk about the house that you're gonna be having, and you can just make it happen. So from this kind of the fraction of the moment, let me get to understand the work for today. This was the work that was here, and guys, I don't know how I will be purchasing this kind of at the windows. I know, but I know God gonna be with us here, no problem. So the windows are gonna be coming in aluminium, exactly, and a bit crazy whenever it comes to that, and we will find it, because this is our days, and we have just mentioned that everything gonna be coming. So I think they're just finishing up, and hapo mnamalizia, si ndio? Ama mshamaliza?
Mmemaliza.
Au mshamaliza?
Yeah.
Oh, soon as the radio. Exactly. So they are now getting washing some of the tools, and the key value whenever you come to Gintu's construction, I understand and I know, and that's what I always talk about. We have to make sure that all the tools that have made much of the job here, the equipment, whatever it has made much of the job, it should be washed and left the way you came and found it, and that is the legacy that I always prevail with. So give this kind of the moment again to talk about we are moving and we are making a change, and the change is coming, as I'm gonna be getting to the top side here to understand how the things are just moving from this kind of the side. And hey, mambo vipi bro? Kila kitu iko chonjo? Oh, guys, we are now finishing it up. You can now see from the moment here, as the camera gonna be rotating a bit, and I can say that the movement was so fantastic and very nice, and now it's just finishing up for some of the sections there. Mbona hapo ni tofari tatu, kwa mwisho ni tofari mbili, ama ile kona challenge kidogo? Okay. So they're now finishing it up. I think now I'm gonna be coming on with the roofing, but the good effect is already I have the materials. Talk about the timbers. If they're gonna not be enough, I'm gonna be purchasing much more. Talk about some of the trees. I have some of the trees that I have already purchased. I think it's just cutting them down to make sure that I'm gonna be splitting timbers, because the timbers that I'm gonna be having here already, I had already moved. You understand, I splitted some of the timbers and I helped the other. Talk about the other family. You understand, there's a family that I have not yet updated you about how the moving and the movement is coming, but I know tomorrow but one, I'll be at that position to cover it up and understand that how the things are just moving, because we have some of the projects to cover. Also, it's a bit of this kind of the cases here and there, a bit to give me some of the shenanigans here and there, but I know whenever it comes to the time, I'll just update you whatever comes. And we have ever been investing and talking about how you're going to be doing. You understand, guys, running eastwards and south, running from this, running to this, running to this, and also running to the lawyers, running to the court, running to the what. So at the far of the day, even that's why I'm talking about, I'm a bit sick, but I know I will strive to make it happen. I will not talk about now Gintu gonna be done. No. I'm gonna be making it happen. So the timbers are here, and you can now see they're lined up here a bit, and they're gonna be so many a bit of them here. So I think tomorrow but one, we're gonna be starting the roofing, which is getting the iron sheet to the standard gauge of the iron sheet, and also get them there to make sure that my mom's kitchen is gonna be so fantastic. You understand, we have already finished about the biogas work, so we have also piped the gas, how it will be traveling up to my mom's kitchen, and which is the digital kitchen there. And at that kind of the moment, I know it's much of how we're gonna be making it happen. So this is how this kind of the house is looking like, a bit bigger, and this is how it's gonna be looking like at this kind of the moment. And this is the way forward we ever talk about here. So still I have some of the iron sheets here. nobody can steal them because they know who I am. I meet with you stealing, I deal with you perpendicularly. Guys, and also the good moral that I always have. Me, I sort matters one-on-one. I solve my own matters there. I solve my matters with an immediate effect. That's who I am. And this was the entry. We're gonna be sealing it after finishing, and I think now we're gonna be moving forward to understand what else is gonna be popping out. Guys, this kind of the house is gonna be getting out, and as I finish and I move on, I know at the strategic point we will be reaching at a point whereby everything will be so fantastic here. We are weeding much of talk about the skooma here, and everything will be so fantastic here. So the bricks are still there, and they have not gone much further. Talk about, okay, they're gonna be in a bad condition. No, I will still have a lot of bricks to conduct our own constructions and make it happen, because that's what people they don't want to see, the construction ongoing. Oh, you know, there are much of the people who, whenever they hear about, oh, Gintu still is in the construction now, they feel like, what are we going to be doing to this kind of the boy, this kind of the bus? But God is not wearing a shirt. Let's move forward and also strive to see what is Gintu doing and what are you doing. You know, there are people who talk about, oh, Gintu, these are the views you're going to be getting and how you're going to be making it happen. Oh, Gintu is doing this. Gintu is having maybe a girlfriend from somewhere who is, you understand, whenever nobody can discover you. And that's the fact. Guys, I'm feeling a bit tired, and that's why you see sometimes I can just sit down a bit and give you much of how the things are becoming a bit tired. And I know it's because of too much things outside here, and too much movement, too much of walking, too much of talking sometimes, too much life. It's exposing, and I'm gonna be looking for a bit rest. Yeah, feeling sweating a bit, but that's the nature. Walking with my dogs, always with my dogs. And when you see Gintu is not with much of the friends, I have friends. They're already here and they are dozing. Some of them are dozing, and we have to walk. And to this world, and trusting a friend who is with you today will be the mystery tomorrow with the same friend. And I don't want to have or to get it out badly in a way that some of the people just take it badly, like, oh, how you gonna be? But somebody can take it to the bank. That's the right thing I'm gonna be saying. There are much of the friends who come to discover. After discovering, they will move. They will leave you hanging. And when I pump and I come back to the realization of the mind and squeeze it back and understand how the life has been and where we are moving, and how great you subscribers and followers are making wonders to my life, changing my life, I feel like even to cry a bit. And it's something which is getting me to that kind of the point that if this person, it doesn't even have any kind of the, we are not relatives, we are not blood people, but they can feel Gintu, and they can talk about Gintu, let's help you and let's pop out. I feel very best, and I could talk about where else are we going to be moving to? What else? Which makes much of the people to feel like they want to be putting Gintu in prison for good. For such kind of things, the world things. So at that moment, I know the friends are the ones who come, discover, get to know who you are, how you are working, and they go out. There's some of the people who ever went and talk about, oh, Gintu is having this, Gintu is having a girlfriend, I don't know where. But the more they say it, the more they see we are transforming. Tomorrow I'm starting the toilet again. Our toilet is full, and also have to remember myself. Not that, oh, you understand, the toilet is full. We are having so many people like in school. who are using the toilet at home, who are making things and you understand, helping themselves. I want to be making sure that the toilet is going to be started tomorrow. And I know from the growth of God, it will reach tomorrow. And I have already planned about it. Without going to, you understand, some of the people talk about, Gintu, get yourself a rest. No. Let the rest be at the grave, please. But resting right now is not guaranteed. Before I finish changing and turning the mud houses into permanent houses, there's no resting. And the toilet will not be starting tomorrow. Roof it, finish it up. Plastering with an immediate effect. After there, I promise much of the people we are forward together and we're going to be making it happen. If you're going to be supporting Gintu, if you're attached, well and good. Support Gintu, let's make it happen. And I trust Gintu is the same and Gintu will never change. The way I am is the way I am. Helping with kindness, love, respect. That's why I talk about today is today, but nobody knows by tomorrow. Today you might disgrace me talking about we have range, we have whatever biggest cars, but understand this life doesn't have a balance. Today is you, tomorrow will be me. Get that kind of a hope. Wherever you are, maybe at a certain corner, you want to watch Gintu and feel it best. I say it. Today is today, but tomorrow will be another day. Gonza. Making it happen. Let's pop out and make things to have no flat tires. Always moving. Let me go to the hospital, sort out some of the issues, and I will be coming to you in a short while. Keep it tuned. Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. Welcome back. And I'm in town a bit here, and I'm here to purchase some of nakuja. I'm purchasing some of the foodstuffs here for the Jiggas family a bit, and we have some of the strategy of making sure that everything will be so fantastic, but we have a problem, tragedy attack a bit at the Jiggas families, the room that I gave them at the hospital a bit, and I was called as an emergency to sort out much of the 2-3 things about how things are going to be coming apart, and it's a bit of sorting it out. Let me get to reach there so I can just solve much of 2-3 shenanigans or telenovela that are going to be evaluatively coming out from this kind of the position a bit, and understand it's a matter of time and also making it happen, as we're going to be vamusively coming out and doing it and coming out so fantastic. Robbie, tunaenda. I have the nurse here. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Everything is good. Umeniangalia vizuri sema. So guys, mambo. So guys, we are back to the hospital a bit here, and I see that some of the pastors have gone out, and the pastor walikuwa hapa. Today is today. You have seen fire. Guys, the Jiggas family, the woman, today the head was not good, and she was headaching, and today was today. They are talking about today was climbing on top of this kind of the story building, everywhere. Even she has thrown everything out, shoes, everything, the clothing. Guys, today it was a bit of a helter-skelter Babylon Hills last year, but coming in to understand what's going to be popping out and understanding what's the problem here. If we're going to be done with this kind of the facility we're going to be talking about, we have to run and also make it happen. Mambo Ayubu. Uko poa? Saya Ayubu amenona. Ayubu, oh, mikono iko sawa sasa guys. Mikono iko sawa. Now he is healing. Even amuka juu, simama juu. Huyu anastahili zawadi, huyu ndo ametuonyesha. Simama juu. Yeah. Now you can see even Ayubu has a stomach. Yeah. Ayubu is now having even a stomach. Hey, Ayubu. So guys, mambo vipi? Mambo iko chonjo? Kila kitu iko fiti. Nimeona uko pole. Umekaa tu una maneno mingi. Guys, a bit at this kind of the facility, and the grandma, and Mama Muku is the mother-in-law. The good fact is we are together like one. Yeah, we are lowlising here. That's the best way. We have the mom. Mambo vipi? Uko chonjo? Mbona nimesikia leo maneno imekuwa ngumu hapa. Kuko aje?
Kuna ngumu wote ulicho na mama.
Nimesikia Leo hapa kimeumana.
Hakuna tunarama.
Kama wewe ndio ulikuwa na ni kama wewe ndio ulikuwa na
sisi tumeangukia.
Alikuwa ananiongea. She was talking about me here and I've come. Nimekuja sasa.
Tulikuwa tunakutamani wewe.
Umnanitamani.
Na sisi tunaishi maisha mazuri mno. Hatuna shida hadi maana hatuna muda.
Acha Mungu.
Tunaishi maisha. Unaona wapishi, unaona hata mimi wamenoa. Hatuna pishi. Tuna raha sisi. Watu wanakutamani. Mako konja wanakutamani.
Acha Mungu.
Sisi watatokaje?
Patia Ayubu maziwa wakati huo. Patia na mzee hapo maziwa kidogo. Guys, we're gonna be giving them some of the milk here. And everybody has to work with your own Uko na maziwa? Sasa hujawahi niambia na uko na hujawahi niambia. Na ayo madogo ni ya huyu. Yeah, so upatie mkate. So guys, we're gonna be getting them some food stuffs here. And I know I said it once upon a time that this kind of the disease that they have, the Jiggas, what I can just tell you is they will have to have this kind of the crazy moment. They have this kind of the crazy moment. They're going to be coming out talk about hungry every time and again. They are hungry. So when you can just feed them with this kind of the milk, and they will feel it good a bit, and some extra foodstuffs that will just maintain them a bit to have much of the things going good. So Ayubu here is now even relaxing. Ayubu nafuu uende shule, si ndio? Si ndio? Ulikuwa grade PP1. Unajua kusema 1 2 3? Au jui? Ashaienda shule kweli? Hata mara moja. Guys, Ayubu has never even stepped into the door of the school. So I think next year he will be available to go to the school.
Kunaisha Ayubu.
Anadhani tunataka aosho.
Wako wamepona.
Wamepona, si ndio?
Hata mama yake alikuwa anasema mama ya Ayubu.
So hata umepona vizuri?
Umepona, alikuwa anasema.
Yeah. Hata even some.
Nilikuwa nafua hapo ngoo ndio nauliza nini. Mpaka nyingine ndio nimeanza. Na
kwa masikio umeweka nini? Ama ni earphone? Okay. So guys, they're gonna be having some food stuffs here, even including the boys waiting for him to be given the bread, and the bread lies fantastic. Kunja mkate, tuanga msosi, safi. Tuendelee nayo. Guys, a bit today I was given a story here, and I've seen some of the pastors here. Nimeona mapasta hapa. Some of the pastors are coming out from this kind of the facility right now. When I was getting in, there are some of the pastors who have just got out here, and they were praying for the mom here. And I came inside here, it was fire out of fire. Glory fire out. And I was about, oh my living God, what's popping out here? And I think today a bit the mentality was not of here, and she was hey guys, today was today in this kind of the facility. So she was running east, west and south on top of the houses, and I think also you can even see this kind of the shoes. They are for the small girl, but it's Ayub who is wearing. So for Ayub's shoes, they are thrown away, far away. Nobody can even trace them where they are. Even some clothes? Yeah. So guys, I'm gonna be coming to the realization of the time, and it's right now. I wanna be understanding it right now here. Are they good to vacate, or they're gonna be staying here for a while? Because if some of the 2-3 challenges, like today how it came out, we don't know if it's gonna be coming out again. Like she's gonna be coming out standing and maybe abusive words, maybe making some noise here. It will become a bit headache, and it will become a bit a problem, and it will have such kind of the bad conduct at the hospital here. Much of the people talk about, oh, Gintu, how is going to be moving here? This kind of your people, you have brought them here, they are chaos. So it will become a bit of a problem when it comes to such kind of the condition. So I think it's a matter of food, and that's the fact. And if you feed them good, and the food is fooding here, everything will just run very smooth, and there's no bump. So the good fact is maybe they have not known how to come out extensively and give them this kind of the nature that they need in a way that you know, whenever you're gonna be having, even if it's your father, even if you're gonna be so crazy, but you know what, you will trigger somewhere and your father will be so cool. So to this kind of the family, I've already discovered something like whenever they wanna be talking about maybe the hypertension is very high, you have to come out very fantastic and talk about what gonna you put there, so to make sure that everything will be so nice here. So I see you are laughing. Why are you laughing? I know it has been a circus here. I know.
She told me that only Gintu, when Gintu he can be coming here, I'll be okay. But today I've seen fire.
You have seen fire. So you were thrown out. Guys, she needed nobody in this room. And that's why I was called, talking about Gintu, where you come and see your person is here. It's only you she needs to see. And everybody was thrown out, including nurses, including the pastors. Were a bit to be beaten inside here like something, like a safari and the Cherokee drums. But that is nature. I understand is that whenever this kind of the disease, you understand I said about it comes out with some of the impact, like it triggers much of the like ulcers in the body. So you look like some of the stuffs are itching you from the stomach inside, so it cannot give you the time to pause, and that's why she's ever coming out a bit, but still the mentality is there. She can communicate, but the problem is one, she has a bit of the one screw is not doing the work, so we have to tighten some screws. Some screws have to be tightened, but we have to go with them the way they are. I have some of my fellow staffs here a bit. I can talk to them, my associates. Hi.
Yes, hi.
How are you, man?
I'm doing good.
Everything is fantastic?
Everything is good.
Sanitizer. Yeah. Sanitizer. Yeah.
Yeah, everything.
How are you,
good.
man?
I'm very fine.
Everything is okay?
Fantastic.
So, guys, we had to come as a team here because we heard about the head was headaching, and I have to come with a backup here. Whenever it's going to be getting some problem, we have to carry her and put her down. And you understand, whenever a person has the mentality problem, and that mental problem comes out, pop! You know, you cannot touch that kind of the person. He can even hit you or bite you or do whatever is necessary. So today a bit, and I think it's part of, I've said it and I will ever repeat it. When they are so hungry, they'll come to have such kind of a condition in a way that that disease gives them hungriness of the highest order. And the lady, she's telling me that she's now good, she's well, and I don't know what is the possibility. Is she gonna be living with the grandma? I don't know. I want to be tackling it back, but I want to be coming to them whenever gonna be having the associates here getting themselves in touch as humanated.
Yes, as always, I'm called Max the Vet.
Exactly.
Where actually I'm Team Gintu with us, to be precise, and
Exactly.
to be actually to state it here.
Yeah, correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
So I've not worked alone. I have one of my friends here.
Exactly.
Who's introducing himself, and I know it's very common in these YouTube
Exactly.
channels.
Hi, man. What's up, man?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Once again.
Yeah.
As it is called, Lucas the Traveler.
Lucas the
It's
Traveler.
not the first time I'm coming across this YouTube channel.
Exactly. Always part of the team. Yeah, always part of the team.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Because
we are here to make it happen.
We are here
Supporting
to make it happen.
also.
And I believe what Gintu says that step by step.
Yeah. You can make it happen.
You can
there's no much of a hurrying and talk about, let me rush for this. Maybe that rushing will come to have Rashford here and much of the Manchester United, and to understand how it goes.
Yeah.
So very meticulous. So I'm gonna be a bit having nitie mom.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. I want to be talking to the mother-in-law. You know, you have our mother-in-law here for Magavo. So, mama, salam. Uko sawa? Sasa umeona msichana wako ako karibu kukua sawa ama maneno bado iko?
Bado anahitaji maombi.
Ni maombi ama matibabu?
Matibabu naona iko vizuri.
Matibabu iko sawa. So ni maombi.
Anahitaji maombi ili ndio afungue akili yake, akiameko nyumba yake awe msichana kitima.
Sasa wewe, I have a question. Guys, I've never covered this kind of the story a bit. And I want to be understanding it from this kind of a strategic point. In a way that I want her to tell us about how does it come? Because whenever we talk about spiritual anointment and to this kind of the moment of them, we want to be understanding, is it a mental health problem or it's a spiritual problems that we have to deal with them demonically at this kind of the position one-on-one? Nikuulize, akona shida ya akili ama ni kuombewa, lazima awe na upako ndio sasa tujue maneno iko sawa?
Shida ya akili.
Na hiyo shida imeletwa na nini?
Sina watu wabaya wacha wananisumbua.
Oh, so you mean that she had been...
Kuna watu wanaingia kati.
Kuna watu wanao.
Mimi ninavyoelewa kwa kumtazama. Shida yake iko kiroho.
Kiroho.
Yeah.
Spiritually.
Yeah. Unajua kwa nini? Kwa sababu ukiwa na shida kiroho, alafu ukiangalia sio kwamba amepoteza akili kwa namna gani. Ni roho, I mean ni nguvu za giza. Sasa kama ni nguvu za giza maana zinaenda direct spiritual, si ndio? Sasa kinachohitajika kwake kikubwa ni maombi. Na hapa hivi tumeshaona ambao tulikuwa huko ndani. Pastor akimwekea mikono kichwani kumwombea hataki. Sasa ni kwa nini? Anasema unaniumiza. Ni kwa nini unamuumiza vipi mtu kumshika hivi? Na maana mikono imejaa nguvu za Mungu. Ndio maana hataki mchungaji amwekee mikono. Lakini ukombozi wake ndiko ambako ulipo. Kwa sababu tumeona kama Mungu anaponya watu ambao walikuwa hawawezi, ina maana hata kwake anaweza kurejesha akili na ufahamu wake. Na inavyoonekana ni kwamba yeye ndio amefungwa akili, kwa sababu inaonekana yani kiroho tunasema kwamba mtu ambaye tunaona akili yake yani anafuatiliwa sana na nguvu za giza, huyo mtu ana hatima kubwa. Ndio maana adui anataka kumfunga, kumkatisha. Na ndio maana unaona anamkatisha kwenye vitu vingi.
About you're going to be getting some of the anointments here and talking about some of one of the lectures from the Holy Spirit people, and we're going to be talking about that's very fantastic, and we're going to be getting it in touch a bit the Swahili there, and you have to understand they're going to be coming out very fantastic. And back to you in a way that they're talking about in a short while. They're talking about a bit she has been maybe tied with this kind of the witchcraft things, and that's what I said at the first moment when I went to the first site. When the first day I went to that kind of the land, then I was told that this kind of the ditch that is here, she is the one who has been digging it, excavating like an excavator. And I was about, oh, how did she come out to do such kind of the progress of excavating such kind of a position? Now that's the point. Now
Information.
yeah.
I also got the information.
You got the information.
Yeah.
And also whenever you put them onto the house, they'll come one on one and they start digging the house and excavating the foundation. Very fantastic. And you come and find that the house is down and they find out what's really popping out at this kind of the time. But to the real way of handling this kind of the matters, I've come here and I found much of the pastors here, and they were praying for her in a way that they understand. This is coming one-on-one from the mother-in-law. She has been part of the program to talk about this kind of the people should get the spiritual anointment and also the preaching, and also they should be holified in the blood of Jesus. That's what I'm hearing for this kind of position. And also when it comes to inside here, she was crazy. When I came here, she was very crazy. She was talking about, no, I don't want to see this kind of the people, get out, I want to talk to me. But I know it's matter of food. And if you give them food, you understand also even Jesus fed 5,000 people. And also whenever you feed much of the people, sometimes you might think about it, something gonna be coming out which is crazy. Maybe it's hungry or hunger. And which is one of the things that can come out evaluatively and talk about these postcoms and intercoms that are coming in. Absolutely at this moment it's because of the disease is affecting it muchly in a way that it causes something like ulcers onto the body, which gives them hungriness, and also sometimes it gives them to be hungry each kind of the time. They should be fed with the food every 1 hour. They should be giving food. And I think the hospital here offers 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch and supper, which is segmented to each possible time, like a diversion, a positive diversion of 4 to 5 hours or 6 hours approximately. If you're going to be getting a breakfast in the morning, which is around 6 or 7, the lunch will come around 12 or 13 in the talk about lunchtime edition, then up to 5 or 6 in the evening, which is a positive diversion hours of approximately 6 good hours, which is cannot withstand them because they need food after every hours in a way that they become hungry in a short period of time. And when I came here and I saw the condition, I just thought about this condition is hungriness. And already when I've just brought much of the food, there's no completion, there's no nothing talking, there's nothing like, oh, how are you going to be doing this, how are you going to be dealing with this one? So at least at least we can come to the realization that we have to solve this kind of the matters once and for all. But also, we will not leave the Holy Spirit people out. We will not leave the church out in a way that they should preach to her and also get her in touch in a way that she will just be mentally capable of understanding what's going to be coming out. And that's what we are running to make sure that everything going to be coming. I know she has triggered much of the trauma or talk about stigmatization to other patients who are in this kind of the facility, and which is a bit a problem in a way that even the facility is talking about, oh, Gintu, which kind of the crazy people are coming up with this kind of the people here, and a bit they're going to talk about Gintu, take your luggages and leave, or take this kind of the people and vanish with an immediate no tracing. And even sometimes if she can just continue the same kind of the habit, we can even talk about, oh, Gintu, take your people for free and go, and we have a balance. And a bit it will be crazy in a way that we have searched for this kind of the facility. We have the nurses, they are here to take care of her, talk about the kitchen premises people, they have been taking care of her a bit. And when she can just come to that kind of the mentality of again becoming wild in a way that even guys, you are not available. If we could be available here, I could show you how this kind of the things were happening on top of the story building there. And at the stairs, talk about loud voice. You understand whenever the screws are not tightened correctly. You understand whenever comes out, popping out words. They can come out like something. My friend, you have detonated RPG. So it was some of the effect that were coming out from this kind of the facility, but we're going to be handling it down and we're going to be cooling it down at this kind of the moment. And I appreciate much of the people supporting us also. I'm talking about we have to get forward, and that is the moment I'm going to be doing it. Sasa nilikuwa nataka nikuulize, umesema saini maombi. Sasa akae huku ama apelekwe sehemu nyingine?
Mimi nitakavyo na sehemu gani sasa atakayopeleka?
Sana sema itaenda Tanzania.
Akafanya nini aje kwa?
Mimi sijajua ama
akifika Tanzania atakaa siku 2-3 atatoroka tena narudi.
Okay.
Yaani vile adui ile anavyompelekesha.
Oh, so
Fulani vile msomo.
Alafu mama, hivi unajua huyo mama yu amepona. Maana hata wewe umejaribu ashapa.
Yeah.
Sasa shida yenye nilikuwa nataka nikuulize. Hiyo shida ya akili amekaa nayo kwanza kitambo ama kwa hiyo unajua sisi tulikuwa tunatibu Jiggas ugonjwa
yeah.
Tulikuwa tunajua akili yake venye iko sahihi.
Yeah.
Sometimes akosao mtaongea vizuri, sometimes tena kama leo tumeona fire. Amenitusi hapa kwa ndani, ametufukuza kwenda huko, amesimama kule. Sasa ndio mtu anataka nikuulize, tumemaliza kitu moja. Hiyo shida yake ni ya mashetani ama ni ya kutibiwa hosi? Tujue kama anaweza tibiwa hosi. Tuone sasa position 2 kwa sababu first stage tushatoka. Sasa hiyo nyingine yenye imebaki.
Yes. Kweli na nipe kwa anaweza kutibiwa hospitali. Ndio nataka tu nione alivyokuwa anasumbua hata kwa mtu.
Gaza, coming to understand her, the nurse is talking about what I brought them here because they were having the Jiggas, which was a hospital treatment that they could just get. Because we saw the impact of coming here is to bring them and get a cube where they can just be staying and also deal with that disease with an immediate effect. But now the disease is now treated. Now I think this is the 14th day even, maybe even the 13th or 14th day. 14th, eh? So already we are done with this kind of the Jiggas. Now the problem now arising after the Jiggas are now healing, now we have another problem, mental health problem. So she is asking the mom here, what are we going to be doing to make sure that are we going to be reaching out to the pastors? Are we going to be reaching out to the priests? Are we going to be reaching out to the witchcraft people? Or what is the real fact here so they can just know how to deal with the mental health problem? Or we're going to be getting her to Madara, which is a rehabilitation center, or which kind of the way we're going to be dealing with this kind of, because we have treated one disease that we came out here and they're now good, even they can be released even today to go back home. But now the problem is the mental health problem. How are we going to be sorting it out? So that's the question that she is asking to the grandma here. And the only thing that I can just talk about is because of the impact of the surrounding, because of the impact of getting the preaching or getting this kind of the religious coming into or bisecting it together, I think about they're going to be prayed. And if I will be there, I will hold her. So as whenever somebody talk about I want to hold, but is it a fact that even a pastor, even if it's a spiritual, is it allowed even a pastor to touch your head and get the spiritual, or the spirit things can get into you direct? I don't know about that, and I know sometimes you can speak into tongues and everything going to be coming out, what I understand. But if it's the pastor is insisting to touch the head so as the miracle can work, I'll be there to make it happen, because that's what we want to make it happen. Because if that is what they need, I should be there so I can just hold her, because whenever she brings some nonsense, I'll deal with her perpendicularly, because I'm the one now like the parents, not to them. Yeah.
Just to add something about that, I think according to my advice and my experience, I think the patient, they don't just require the speech, it's any spiritual guidance, they also need they call them
the psychiatrist.
Yeah, those people.
Psychiatric specialist.
Yes.
Psychiatric.
Oh. Person who deals with mental issues.
Oh, mental problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have them here?
No, that's why tunataka kujua. Sasa unajua shida yenye ulituletea tutibu isha. Sasa ndio tunataka kujua hiyo shida ako nayo.
Mental problem. Where did it start from? And how is it going to be dealt with, So if it's they have talked about a name here, psychiatric, I don't know, Patrick, my father.
Mental specialist. But I think they have to see the specialist first before you go to spiritual issues, because they have not gone to the hospital.
What about if the psychiatric person is no longer available? We have to order for or get an appointment. We have to deal with
the person cannot be available here. They have to be referred to Migori so that they can see the specialist. In case there is no medication, they can go to the spiritual leaders.
Okay.
Even just
but
is that you see, these people have been with the spiritual people for quite some time. And
it's not the first time. I know. Yeah, it's not the first time.
You can try to interrogate the mother-in-law. You can get that this is not the first experience.
It's not.
So that is not workable as per now.
Exactly.
So the only thing that is remaining that we have at hand is about visiting the psychiatric. And
what I understand from this kind of the moment is whereby use the local material around you to sustain your sustainability before. So if we don't have the psychiatric around and the pastor is available, deal with the pastor and the food. And have to solve this kind of the matter sometimes one and for all, because sometimes you might talk about you have to look for this, and also understand you have to book an appointment. And again, booking the appointment, we don't have that cash right now to talk about. We're going to be dealing with that one. So, but if it reaches to that moment of okay, now I have a problem here again arising. Now we get the psychiatric person and talk about she has a mental health problem. What next?
Money.
What next?
Money is needed
for
treatment.
So for her to go in a rehab?
No, not a rehab. She's going to be put on medication.
Okay.
To sustain the mental problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they know themselves.
Yeah.
So whenever they're gonna be talking, they know how they're gonna be dealing with her.
Yeah.
And what about because they have a legacy? Do you know the legacy of her to be in such kind of a condition?
No.
Let me tell you a story now.
Yeah.
The story is this. This lady, she was one of the very beautiful ladies in Nyabohanse. You understand that?
Yeah.
Not the way you can now see her, she is this way. And even right today, you can come to the realization she was talking about, oh, Gintu, you have brought me where some of beautiful ladies are. Please take me out of here, because Magapo is now administered. They talk about you're gonna be looking for beautiful ladies who are the nurses. And she was talking about she's now older and she doesn't have, nobody is looking after her. And because of how the condition is. So Magapo right now is eyeing on how the nurses are. You understand? And I said this kind of the momentum whenever it comes to men. And when a man is full, the stomach is full. There's nothing is peeping into the brain. It's only that who is beautiful here and spotting. You understand? So I think Magapo right now, maybe the wife is checking. Why is Magapo now looking here and there? And that's why she's talking about very beautiful nurses are passing and Magapo is interested. So coming to that kind of the point coming out, the story is this kind of the lady, whenever she was married, and she was married one of, they have not told us that she was married with one of the people from Tanzania. And that guy took her to Tanzania. Then Magapo stole her from Tanzania. and came back to here in Nyabohanse, which is making some of the problems to arise in a way that that person felt bad and talked about, I want to be dealing with you perpendicularly. So that person went to the witchcraft. So with that witchcraft is when you want to deal with the fire with a fire. Don't deal with the fire with the water and whatever. Sometimes it cannot put it on or off. So if it is, we're going to be talking to this kind of, and I'm not advertising for it. And that's why God also have this kind of the people at the eclipse of the moment that we have them as, talk about in the environment. Like this kind of the witch doctors. So the witch doctors are not bad. Much of the people use them and they are healing. So I don't know from their own say, because some of the times you have to deal with things the way they are, right? Let us not deal with some of the issues and we know they will not work, because everybody knows whenever a witch doctor has already dealt with you perpendicular in terms of psychological problems, nobody can deal with it spiritually, and that is it. Whoever can be just lying to us will be lying to us, and that's the effect that we're going to be having at this kind of the moment, but we have to deal with it. Ndo nataka nikuulize, mumeenda kwa mganga mara ngapi?
Sisi hatuendi kwa mganga.
Amuendi kwa mganga? Haujaenda? Sasa wa Kristo, niko na swali. And she's talking about they have not ever went to a witch doctor. And because I know to sustain your sustainability is use the local material around you. And if that was you have to put fire, or if it's a fire, use another fire to put it off. So sasa ukisema ni kwa kanisa, mmeenda kwa kanisa mara ngapi? Na haijawahi fanya kazi.
Hataki kuombewa. Hapo alipo, tulipomwombea mara ya kwanza, hiyo pepo alisema hivi, hatutaki apone, tunataka asilale kwenye ile nyumba, atoke kwenye ile nyumba awe kichaa. Yaani tunataka awe kichaa. Na sio mtu mwingine, ni jirani yake wanamfahamu kabisa. Anayemsababisha anakuwa hivi. Na ndio nao tumia funza ili wateketee. Ile ploti ndio inayowaumiza.
Ile ploti.
Wana ploti kubwa, sasa wanataka waangamize hao ili waendelee kulima ndugu zao hao.
Also, it's a family matters and family issues, that the family. I said it. I know she was married and she was one of guys. I'm telling you, when it comes to history, that this lady was very, very beautiful, and I'm telling you that as a fact, very beautiful. But when it comes to right now, and you can see her, you think about how aged she is. But to the fact, the mom, she has already commented, and she's already lamenting that they have tried the pastors, they have tried for her to be prayed, but nothing is coming out permissively in a way that they're going to be maybe having an impact or whatever. But what I can come to the conclusion is it's only the family members who are making her and the family to reach. But that kind of... talk about maybe if it's a herb that was starred for them to be in such kind of the condition. What I can come out clearly to say is it's tied somewhere, and somebody is tying them somewhere, and it's not for Magapo. It's only the lady who is having such kind of the talk about the condition she is felting, she is into. It's only the lady, and for us to deal with it, guys, we have to deal with the third eye, not the first eye. That is it. And we're going to be coming out of this kind of the video talking about everything going to be so fantastic, as we're going to be solving this kind of the matters one-on-one live, and I talk about everything going to be coming to you live. I'm going to be recognizing the humanity as we're going to be ending this kind of the video. And Ayubu now is very fantastic here and praying. Acha tuacheze. Wewe ni watoto wanakaanga hivyo. Unajua hajawahi kanyaga hata kwa shule, ajua hata geti. Sasa unajua yeye sasa Mayubu is being driven with his own natural mind. There's no added mind there. The only added mind is canes and some slabs. That's the only added mind that he can just talk about, and also the condition he has been subjected into and which drives him that way. But Ayub is good. The Magabo is good. The other young baby is good. Even today, the mother had tied the young lady with the clothing. Imagine the clothing that you always buy here. You can now imagine that she is tearing, including the underwears. Now the underwears are now tying her properly. Like you think about is a castrated dog wants to be castrated, tying completely everywhere. And even right now, I think she's still tied. And I don't know if you... let me see. Mambo. Umemfungua ama bado? Sasa mbona hujafungua? Guys, a bit she's tied like something else here. and we have to make sure that na mbona sasa unararua tena manguo tunakununulia? Yeah, ona. Sasa angalia kama hii. Guys, sasa hata kama ni kitambaa sasa mbona unamfunga hivi? Guys, that's why I come out to talk about it's like what she is doing, tying. It means that they have been tied also. So I don't know if it's something that I can come out to talk about how it's gonna be, but it looks like they have been tied. That's why you see they are tying everywhere. Now sometimes at the neck, you think about the child want to be. Ayub, you want to say something? Hold here. Haya, ongea. Sema hello.
Sema hi.
Yeah, so guys, that's how the things are just moving here, and I say that thank you very much for your time, keeping tuned and also locked in as we're going to be solving this kind of the matters once and for all. Keep it tuned, guys, and keep on supporting and pray for us. If it's a pray, let's continue praying. We can see if they're going to be having a change, but if we see something is not correct, we have to deal with it perpendicularly in the third eye, and I will just do that one whenever it comes to that kind of the time and understanding. Let's go and see the psychiatric person. After checking, the psychiatric person tells us what is the momentum. After the momentumic way of understanding the brainology and understanding hypothalamology of her, and also understanding the cerebellumology of her, and commonobrangatology, we're going to be coming out to talk about how we're going to be dealing with this kind of the matters once and for all, but things are not happening good. But keep it tuned. I'm going to be giving you much of the points, how they're going to be coming each end of the time, as I'm going to be ending this kind of the video one-on-one, and everything's so fantastic. Now they like me. Fantastic. And some of the hands, they are looking so big. Hey. Oh, some of the... Oh, the food is ready.
It is ready.
The food is ready. You can see this kind of the fingers, how the fingers are looking. Even today they have eggs. Yeah. Yini Ayubu? Ayubu sasa ameshiba, hata ataangalia ugali kama yenye hakuna kitu hapo. Ayubu now is very atakula baadaye. Exactly. So guys, keep it tuned, and I'm going to be coming back to you in a short while after solving much of the matters, and I appreciate much of the people also supporting us. Talk about let's handle this kind of the family with an immediate effect. It's serving time, and they're going to be dishing and they're making things to come out very fantastic. So keep it tuned. I'm going to be back to you in a short while, and this is the end of the video. Oh.